let me tell you, I met Michael Jackson, and I actually know that he's a complete motherfucking pervert because this is gonna. I guess it's time to tell this story. It goes to what I'm saying about people not standing up and stopping things when they see bullshit going on, being afraid because of money and letting money rule over us. I was working at the Forbidden Planet comic book store. I was a youngster in the 90s. It was right after Michael Jackson had gotten off of the first round of accusations about being a child molester. And I was at the bag check because that's all I had the intelligence to do. And I was just like, bag check, bag check, bag check. As people came in and out of the store. And this giant blue, like, sparkly limo, like, went by. It took forever to go by. And I was like, what the hell is that car? Circus fucking car, right? So then, this guy comes in. And I thought it was one of my regular customers. This guy would come in all the time, named Stan. And he would fucking, like, wear rollerblades. And we would have to throw him out every day because we didn't have insurance for assholes who fall on the store with their rollerblades. I just want to say, before I tell this story, I don't care if you don't believe me. This story really happened. Don't send me hate mail. Assholes rolled around and fell with these things. He would decapitate himself or, like, lose a limb. So I was like, oh. So as soon as I saw him, I was ready to scold him and throw him out of the store because it was just the right of like we did it every time he came in. It was ridiculous. And then I was like, oh, he's not wearing rollerblades. And I was like, why is he wearing these like high water pants and these sparkly socks and these loafers? And I was like, and why is he wearing a red surgeon's mask and a baseball cap and sunglasses? And suddenly I realized it wasn't Stan. He just had the same body and the same like cheesy hair, but it was fucking Michael Jackson. And then all of a sudden, this gaggle of children just materialized, coming in after him, like, woo! And they were like swirling around him, so excited to be in the store. And there was a couple of adults. They all look Latin, South American, and there was a couple of security people with him. And so I was like, oh shit, this is like crazy, you know? It's like one of the biggest celebrities in the world, and he just like walked right by me. He's in the store with me, right? And so, you know, guys at the cash register and everybody, you know, we're just like not saying anything, you know, we're just watching him shop. And so people in the store are starting to catch on that it's Michael Jackson and it's starting to get a little ooh. So all of a sudden one of his security guys comes up to me and he says, can you take this little boy to the bathroom? And I look over the counter because it was a really tall counter and there's this cute little boy, just this tiny little thing, probably like 4 years old at the most. And I said, oh yeah, sure, I'll take him to the bathroom, no problem, right? So I come down, and as I'm taking the little boy to the bathroom, I'm taking him downstairs, and we roped off downstairs because we put all our security people upstairs to work, and because of Michael Jackson being there, we wanted to make sure there was no madness that went on. So I take the little boy downstairs, and I'm like, hey, can you just make sure, you know, don't get scared because we had a lot of fucked up shit hanging up on the walls, like all kinds of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre posters and just horror movie posters and like toys that we decapitated and put like fake blood on and gouged out the eyes and like curses and like foul stickers and like naked shit. And so I was trying to prepare the kid. I'm like, listen, don't be scared. That you know we grown ups play. We put all this stupid stuff on the wall. You know, it looks a little crazy, but it's just like toys and stuff. And I was like, I'll be right outside the door for you. And where the bathroom was, it was like downstairs behind the counter, all the way wrapped around, but where we kind of right next to where we kept the t-shirts. You know, the overstock of the t-shirts. So no regular people would go back there, just us. And so I tell the little boy, you know, I'll be right outside the bathroom door. I'm going to wait for you. Don't worry. And so I stand outside the bathroom door and I'm waiting for him, right? And so all of a sudden, and it's like the smallest gutter that I'm standing in because it's just the counter and then the wall is like not even 2 feet away from me. Like maybe 2.5 feet at the most away from my chest, you know? And it's dark, and so all of a sudden I hear, where's he going, where's he going, where's he going, where's he going? And fucking Michael Jackson is coming running toward me, right? And he's in this employees only area. He's like come downstairs, and I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, oh, it's cool, man. He's just, you know, he had to go to the bathroom, so I'm waiting for him, and he'll be right out. And so Michael Jackson looks at me. He looks at the door. He looks at me. He looks at the door. And it's a tiny little small skinny plywood door. in this tiny little skinny area. So it's obvious this is like a one-seat bathroom situation. He looks at me. He looks at the door. He looks at me. He looks at the door. And then he tries to go in the bathroom, so I fucking threw my arm out and I pushed his chest and I said, I told you he'll be right out. And I'm looking at him right in his fucking face. And his eyes behind his sunglasses just were like, whoop! Like, holy shit, this bitch just fucking shoved me. She's got her fucking hand on me and she told me I can't go in the bathroom with the little boy. And then I'm looking at him like, yeah, bitch, you just fucking got off this goddamn motherfucking charges. You think I don't fucking know what a fucking weirdo you fucking are? But I didn't say that. Because I also was like, oh shit. I just fucking shoved Michael Jackson. I got my fucking hand on this bitch. He just tried to go in the bathroom with a little boy. So I was like, I'm gonna get fucking fired. I need this bullshit job. I need this fucking money. I have to pay my bills. I had rent to pay. I was living on my own since I was fucking a teenager. I was paying my bills since I was a fucking teenager. Con Ed, whatevs, telephone, AT&T. So I was like, I'm gonna get fucking fired. I just shoved fucking Michael Jackson. I got my fucking hand on him because he just tried to go in the bathroom with a little 4-year-old boy. Maybe even 3. Little kid. Between 3 and 4. So I take my hands out and I just cross my arms and I put my back against the wall, standing right outside the bathroom door like I promised the kid. And I just stood there. And Michael Jackson was just shocked that I wasn't like leaving. And he was staring at me. And so then finally he turned his body and put his back against the wall right next to me. We were like 2 inches apart. And now we're just standing there, just side by side. And I am not leaving this kid alone with this motherfucker. But I had to make some small talk so I didn't seem like I was fucking thugging out on this fucking bitch. So I said, so, how do you like our store? And he said, oh, I like it very much. I come here all the time when I come to New York. And right as he starts talking, the door opens and the little boy comes out. And Michael Jackson swoops down like a vampire. He like throws his arm around the kid like I'm the fucking danger to the child, and swoops him out and takes him back upstairs to the main floor of the store where everybody is, right? So now I can't believe this shit just happened. So I keep going deeper into the employees only area of the store and run into the very back room where my manager John, who wanted to be a serial killer, that was that was his career goal at the time. What the fuck life I had. I ran back there and I was like, yo, and he was counting the money and he was doing his manager shit. And I said, yo, John, fucking Michael Jackson just tried to go in the fucking bathroom with a little boy. We gotta fucking call somebody. We gotta fucking do something. This motherfucker. And he was like, yo, what are you, oh, calm down, Yvonne, calm down. What are you saying? And I said, Michael fucking Jackson just tried to go in the bathroom with a little boy. We have to fucking call somebody. He's definitely a fucking child molester. We cannot let him go back anywhere with this fucking kid. He just tried. And he's like, yeah, he did not. And I go, yes, he did. No, he did not. I go, yes, he fucking did. I just stopped him. I just said, yo, you can't fucking. I said, he's in the bathroom. He'll be right. He was like, you are crazy. And I was like, I swear to God. And I'm freaking out, right? I'm like, we gotta call somebody, please. He's like, Yvonne, just go upstairs and go back to bag check. And I was like, fine, you don't believe me? Fine, whatever. You're gonna fucking let this kid go out now with this fucking lunatic? Fine. Just let it happen. Be a part of the problem. So I go, instead of going back through the t-shirt way, I just opened the door. There was also a door there that led onto the floor of the downstairs level of the stores. So I said, fine. And I opened that door to leave, and I swing it open. And Michael Jackson was standing right there with his fucking nose against the door. He was listening to everything I said about his perverted, freaky ass. And I was like, oh, shit. So I couldn't really get by him because he was like standing right in the fucking door. Like right there because his nose was against the fucking door. So I had to like slither by him and I kind of had to like moonwalk past him. And then I ran upstairs, right? So I like run the fuck upstairs to the bag check area and I'm just like, bag check, right? And then I'm like freaking out. And so I tell the cashier, I go, yo, Michael Jackson just tried to go in the bathroom with a little boy. He's like, no, he did not. I go, yes, he did. He goes, no, he didn't. I go, yes, he did. Oh my God. He's like, I'm like, we gotta call somebody. John said. He's like, no. I said, John said we shouldn't. He goes, no, we can't. He didn't do nothing. I go, yeah, because I stopped him. because I stopped him, but he was going to go in the bathroom with a little boy. He's like, yo, because Michael Jackson's like right there, right? So I'm like, so I'm just like, check your bag, right? So he buys all this shit for the kids, and then they leave. So a day or so later, I'm at bag check, and I'm like, bag check. And all of a sudden, Michael Jackson comes in again. But this time, he comes by himself. And I was like, not even security people, just him by himself. And so, because he looked like a fucking freak. He was wearing a red surgeon's mask. I can't believe he was walking down the street by himself, but he did. Maybe there was people outside the door. I didn't see him, but he walked in by himself. And I was just checking bags. He didn't have a bag, so I didn't have to talk to him. And he went up to the cashier, my manager, John, the one who had been in the back counting the money the last time when I told him that fucking pervert tried to go in the bathroom with a little boy in the Forbidden Planet in the comic book store. And Michael Jackson says to him, yes, there was a few things I wanted that I saw that I would like to pick up today, and I want to look around some more. And so my manager, John, was like, okay, I'll help you. And then he goes, no. And then he looks at me, he goes, I want her to help me. And I was like, oh, shit. It's time. It's vendetta time. So now John's laughing inside because he knows how much I'm freaked out by this guy because, like, he tried to fucking go in the bathroom with a little boy, and I really wanted to fucking beat the hell out of him, but I couldn't. It's Michael Jackson, and technically he really didn't do anything, but he did try to go in the bathroom with a little boy, which to me is reason enough to knock a motherfucker out, but it is the king of pop, and you know there will be a hit on my ass. So I was like, alright, let me help this bitch go shopping for some comic book shit, right? And some science fiction nonsense, which I love, by the way. When I say nonsense, I say that with affection. So now I'm walking around the store with Michael Jackson, and he's like, I want this, and he's got me trying to get all this difficult stuff, like up high here, up high there, climbing up here, and I'm on the ladder, and he's like, I want that. I'm like, you want that poster? He's like, yes. I'm like, that poster on the ceiling, the one with the light fixture that's coming through it? And he's like, I said I want it. And I was like, oh shit, alright. So now I'm trying to take this fucking thing down without tearing it anymore, because it has a light fixture through it, fucking lunatic, and packed up all his shit for him, and then he left, and that was it. And I still don't know to this day, like, why he came back. Because it was so weird. It was totally, like, this immature, like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna make you work harder. Or I'm gonna pull that ladder out from under you and make you die. Or maybe, listen, those kids were Latin. That little boy looked like he could have been my son. Maybe he looked at me and he was like, this bitch is poor. She saw me try to go into the bathroom with a little kid. She stopped me, and she didn't call the police, and she didn't call the press. It's been a couple of days, so maybe I could buy this bitch and make some babies with her that look like that little boy, and then, keep her keep her with some hush money shutting the fuck up, and I could have as many little Latin kids as I want to fucking go in the bathroom with. All I know is that I, Yvonne Mojica, swear on whatever is sacred to me, which is my Red Sonja comic book collection, my Eminem album collection, my Howard Stern everything. Do I really have to do this? Do I really have to swear on everything? Signs. Why would I even lie about this? Who could even make up a story like this? And I know people are going to say I'm making it up, but who in their right mind would make this up? I'm not making it up. So I'm swearing on all this nonsense, all the things I care about. I ain't going to lose anything, but I just want to go on the record as saying, why would I lie? Makes no sense. Why would I make this up? It's so stupid. He's a fucking genius. So, I swear on all those things, I swear on everything I love and hold sacred, that I was in a comic book store, the Forbidden Planet, and I was alone downstairs in a basement in the employee-only area, guarding the bathroom door for a little 4-year-old boy, 3 or 4-year-old boy, when Michael Jackson tried to push past me to go inside with the kid. And I stopped his ass because it was obvious there was nothing normal about that fucking behavior. He came in with other adults. Some of the other adults were women. They looked like they were related to this kid. I don't even know if these people knew that the security guard told me to take the kid downstairs. I don't know what the hell if they knew what was going on. The store was busy. It was a hubbub. It was going crazy in there. And you know how these pedophiles operate. You see it time and time again. That's why a motherfucker puts a carnival on top of his lawn. You make these things for these kids to, oh, I have a carnival ride for you. Come around, come around. And he probably took the kids to the Forbidden Planet and was thinking, I'm going to show him this amazing thing that he's never seen in South America. Like this amazing thing filled with all these treasures that would just blow a little boy's mind. All these toys, these action figures, and these models, and these comic books, and oh my god, like everything a little kid could possibly want. And then I'm going to take him to the bathroom, and I'm going to tell him if he lets me diddle him a little bit, he can have anything he wants in the whole store, anything at all. But he has to choose right now, because they're going to leave the store in a little while, so he has to do it right now, or else he can't get anything. You know that was what was going on. There was no reason for him to be worried about the kid going into the bathroom when the security guy, works for him. Obviously, it was part of the fucking ruse to get this kid molested. He knew what he was asking. And the reason they asked me, a woman, is because they thought I was some kind of fucking pushover wallflower biatch that was just going to stand there and let some super freak with a plastic face go in the bathroom with some kid and touch him. No. No. I'm a fucking lunatic, and he's fucking lucky I didn't kick his motherfucking ass. He's lucky that he's so motherfucking famous that I was so surprised that I was stopping him from going in the bathroom with a little boy that I just didn't kick his fucking ass. Because I was fucking ready to. When I was back there talking to John, I was like, dude, we gotta do something about this. Now, in another world, if I would have just come to my senses a little quicker, I probably would have fucking knocked him out. But that's the king of pop.